Batteries for electric vehicles are currently listed as one of the 4 strategic assets by the Biden administration. As an essential component for electric vehicles, it is something China has begun working on. Once Beijing has a good grasp of it, it would be time for Tesla to be driven out of China. So what progress has China made on this front? Last October, a Colorado startup company, Solid Power, officially produced and delivered an all-solid-state lithium battery. This is the long-awaited breakthrough for the new energy industry. Solid-state batteries can store more energy while being safer to charge and use. It is easy to foresee this company becoming an industry leader. Solid Power has received strong support from the U.S. government over the past 8 years, with a 2016 U.S. patent license for lithium-sulfur chemistry and $31 million in government grants and contracts. China has been making moves on Solid Power as well. According to Wire China, Solid Power has raised approximately $70 million from numerous investors, one of which are the U.S. battery maker A123. Solid Power is reluctant to disclose A123's rights to the company, as A123 was owned by the Wangxiang Group in China. In 2012, CFIUS intervened in Wangxiang's acquisition of A123, but eventually let go of it after A123 declared bankruptcy. Wangxiang Group is a private Chinese company with close ties to the CCP. Its late founder, Lu Guangshou, was praised by Xi Jinping on several occasions and accompanied Xi on his trips to the US. Wangxiang's investments in the US have focused on new energy batteries and automobiles. It not only bought A123, an electric car maker, Fisker, but subsequently invested in Solid Power and Ionic Materials, which is also a leader in solid-state batteries in the US, through A123 successfully in 2017 and 2018. With the advanced technology acquired from the US, Wangxiang Group has quietly overtaken the others and grown into a big player in the new energy battery industry. In March 2021, news came out that Wangxiang A123 has become a supplier of batteries for VW and will start supplying in the next 2 years. Solid-state batteries solve some of the fundamental defects of lithium batteries. The technology is not complicated, but the challenge lies in mass production. The production of batteries requires key elements such as cobalt and lithium, as well as rare earth metals. The mining and refining of these minerals can cause significant pollution and risk. The Biden administration is expected to develop the electric vehicle industry, but the lack of minerals needed to manufacture batteries in the US, as well as a variety of legal restrictions, have put it in a practical dilemma. But the CCP has no such constraints and uses its access to huge capital to take control of related key minerals around the world. For example, lithium mines are mainly located in Australia and South American countries, and the vast majority of control is already owned by Chinese companies. Another example is China's Liaoyang molybdenum, which has become one of the world's largest producers of cobalt. The teaming up of China's battery giant with the mineral giant means further strengthening of the CCP's dominance in the global supply chain of new energy batteries. According to data reported by the U.S. Department of Energy in December 2020, China accounts for 80% of global lithium battery production capacity, with the U.S. ranking second and accounting for only 8%. What the U.S. faces in the future is not only whether Tesla can survive in China, but also whether it can afford to ignore the dictates of the CCP in the battery supply chain, given the demands. What else could the CCP have in mind besides electric vehicle technology? It is likely the Chinese government will not only talk about electric cars, but also Starlink when it negotiates with Musk. Between 2019 and 2024, SpaceX will build a Starlink network of approximately 12,000 satellites in space that will provide high-speed internet access from space to Earth. This is currently being achieved at a rate of 60 satellites per day and growing. Prior to this, there were only about 1,500 satellites over the entire planet. Before achieving rocket recovery and reuse, SpaceX was spending tens of millions of dollars per launch. After achieving 2 to 3 reuses, the cost of a single launch can be expected to stay around US $6 million per launch on average. The Falcon rocket costs about $16 million to manufacture, and the fuel cost is actually only about $200,000. Satellite manufacturing in volume can bring down the costs. Most LEO satellites can already be built for less than $1 million per unit, with a total weight of less than 1,000 pounds. The current high-speed internet lines, fiber optics, and wireless internet access, while increasing in speed, are increasingly revealing the problem of monopolization of services by internet service providers. China and North Korea are also using this monopoly to build the Berlin Wall of the internet age. Musk's Starlink could bypass internet service providers, dismantle the traditional internet barriers, and hence destroy the Communist Party's firewall. But whether Musk himself and the current US administration have the will to help the Chinese people gain freedom of information is still a question. For the CCP, however, the ability to control information is a matter of life or death. Stifling any elements that are deemed dangerous to the CCP has always been the Communist Party's mindset.
We intend to continue making a significant investment and increasing the investment in China. We're going to try to do it is to create a China Design and Engineering Center to actually design an original car in China for worldwide consumption. I think this will be very exciting.
Moreover, during the US election, the public took notice of some of Musk's pro-Trump comments. The CCP noticed them too. Former President Trump is a major headache for President Xi Jinping. In February, immediately after the US election, the CCP launched a scathing warning and media crackdown on Tesla. Are they somewhat related? Perhaps in the short term, Beijing still needs Tesla's technology and experience to help its development in the field of new energy vehicles. In the long run, however, the CCP desires to surpass the US in the new energy field and dominate the international order. Replacing Musk and the US is a matter of time in the CCP agenda. Thus, the series of troubles that Tesla is facing in China is just the beginning. Whether he likes it or not, Musk will have to face the game with the Chinese Communist Party head on.
Got some confirmation that the crew is go for ingress, and you can see Aki is the first to ingress onto the International Space Station.
And Gwyn.
And Gwyn.
Followed by Thomas Pesquet from the European Space Agency.
Lots of hugs and smiles right now.